Test, test, test. All right, good morning. I want to go ahead and just start off by saying welcome to all of our guests. It's such a privilege to have you here. This is our 2024-2025 Homecoming Court presentation. And so it's just a delight and a privilege to celebrate together. We've had a fantastic start of Homecoming Week. You might notice a little bit of a change to our audio this morning because, as luck would have it, we had a power surge right before the presentation. So that took out our normal audio. But despite that, and considering all of the things that are happening in this world and just other places who are dealing with a lot bigger things than just some audio going out, I think we have a lot to be thankful for. And so I'm so grateful to Mr. Lang, Mr. Schnack, the conservatory team, and our DMA team for helping us pivot with very minimal time. And I think that you'll see that it's an amazing team, and it's so important for today because these students have so many great things to share with our underclassmen. And so I'm thrilled and excited, and I'm just ready to introduce you to our homecoming court. But we have so much to be thankful for, like I said. So before we begin with the presentations, I just want to open up our time together with prayer. So will you bow your heads with me? Lord, I thank you so much for the King's Academy. I thank you for all the students and the families that are represented here. Lord, we are so blessed to proclaim your name each and every day. God, I pray that you would guide our time together, and with all the fun and the excitement and the shout outs, God, I pray that the students would also hear the messages that their seniors are sharing with them in their videos. God, I want you to allow these students to hear the hearts of those on our homecoming court. God, I pray for your hand of protection just over all of those who were impacted by the hurricane, Lord. I pray that you would guide them in the rebuilding. And Lord, I pray for the future homes that we will build based on the donations given through our homecoming time with Project International, Lord, that you would just allow us to, Hope Project International, that you would allow us to just glorify you with all that we do, God. I pray that you would give us just a blessed time today, Lord, and in your name I pray, amen. All right, are we ready? So today, it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you 8 young ladies and 8 young men who make up our 2024-2025 homecoming court. Each candidate is a senior and was nominated by the members of their class. And each student in grades 9 through 12 will vote for his or her choice of homecoming king and queen during third period today. The king and queen will be crowned at the end of the homecoming football game on Friday night. So I would ask that you greet each member of the homecoming court and their escort with enthusiasm, but also with respect. Then give your quiet attention while their video is played. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the first and second members of the 2024-2025 homecoming court, Miss Yael, Rafaela, Carmel Altieri, and Mr. John Frederick Casey. Yael is the daughter of Roger and Fabiana Altieri of West Palm Beach. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 8 years. Yael has been an active member in the Conservatory of the Arts during her 4 years of high school. She has also... And you can see from the handshake, she's been a member of the TKA dance team for 4 years and has served as the hip-hop choreographer. Yael has been a member of the Latin Honor Society for 4 years and is currently serving as vice president. She is also the secretary for Junior Classical League. Yael is a member of the National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, National Honor Society for Dance Arts, National Social Studies Honor Society, Diversity Student Union, Reasonable Faith Club, and Business Leaders of America, where she is currently serving as Vice President. She is also a member of National Honor Society. She has served as a manager of King's Corner and as an ambassador and global ambassador for 4 years. Yael is currently serving as Conservatory Prefect. Yael is escorted this morning by Mr. John Frederick Casey. John is the son of Paul and Kelly Casey of Palm Beach Gardens. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 7 years. John has played on the varsity boys volleyball team for 3 years, serving as captain 1 year. He also played on the varsity basketball team for a year and was a member of the conservatory band for 2 years. He is a member of the National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and is part of STEM Club, Hype Club, and Pickleball Club. John is currently serving as a TKA ambassador and mentorship prefect.
Hey everyone, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Yael and John, and I'm incredibly grateful for this amazing opportunity to be on this year's homecoming court. To me, being on a homecoming court means embodying certain values and qualities our senior class stands for, like respect and perseverance, values that push us to do our best and inspire those around us. What I love most about King's is how it feels like a family. From the moment you walk in, people welcome you like you've always belonged. No matter what you're going through, there's always someone here to have your back. My favorite high school memory here at King's would probably be the Spain trip. Not only did I get college credit, but I was able to see the beauty of Spain and make memories with my friends and teachers. Another great memory would have to be the senior retreat, as I was able to bond with more people in my grade. Something I look forward to after high school is being able to sleep, LOL, but for real gaining experience within the business field, making connections, and creating memories in college. My advice for younger classmen would have to be not to get stuck in your academics. While yes, grades are important, do not let your grades define you. Another thing, as Ali T likes to say, God has a funny way of doing things. Remember that not everything is on your timeline but His, and that God will not put you through something you can't come out of. Now, for shout-outs. My first shout-out would have to be my Lord and Savior who created me and who helped me even though I didn't think I was gonna make it out of here. I would also like to shout out the people who raised me. Mama, Sas, Mika, Taxi Maggie, Isa, and Papa. You guys have put up with me and helped me be the person I am today. To Jeff, who inspired me to be a better person, everything I do is for you. I hope you're smiling down from heaven, proud of whom I'm becoming. To my soul sister Z, you've helped me in ways you'll never know, and you being the amazing person you are has truly influenced my life. And to the other parts of Triple Stuffed Oreo, Bobby, Ella, and Mia, you guys have always had my back through thick and thin, and you are the family I never knew I needed. And yes, we are named Triple Stuffed Oreo because we like it Oreo. TSL back on top. So my Gully Pops, Jake, John, David, and Sophia. You guys constantly make me smile every time I see you, and I am so happy and grateful that God has put y'all in my life. And John, thank you for escorting me. To my favorite white girls, Sarah, Hope, Kylie, and Natalia, thank you for loving me and for always making me chuckle. To the Julias, Kristen, and Kate for all your highs and hugs. And to my big champ, Ali T, for always pushing me to accomplish my goals. To my dance sisters and conservatory babies who have made me feel like family and pushed me to be the better role model. Sloan, Abby Coquette, Callie, Cassidy, Olivia Grace, Amelie, Charlize, Abby Ray, Charlotte, Paulina, Lauren, Issa, Bryce, Mapugum, Madison, Andrew, Alex, Leona, Chance, Saitaki, Levi, Dayton, Ashlyn, and the rest of the dance and theater department. Love y'all. To the teachers who have listened to me complain and cheered me on, Mr. and Mrs. Beck, Miss Gay, Miss Mason, Coach Lee, Professor Kearns, Queen Stack, Mrs. Fina, Miss Lovely, Miss Hoskins, Miss Kirk, and to my Brazilian dance dad, Mr. G. Thank you all for your guidance through my time here, and a special thanks to Mama Higgs and my bud Snack Attack, who have not only shaped me as a dancer and somewhat of a theater kid, but as a woman of Christ. If I didn't mention you, don't be sad. I only had 3 minutes to do this, but thank you to everyone who was a part of my life. I am so grateful God created you. Y'all are my family. Now I have to go, but as Dylan Wall would say, girl, bye. Bye, Dad.
Hey everyone, I'm John Casey. I want to start by saying thank you for voting me onto the homecoming court. It's such a blessing to be picked by my peers. I first came to King's in 6th grade, and to say I was intimidating would be an understatement. My previous school was very different from King's, and the seniors here felt like adults to me. What helped me the most in overcoming that intimidation were the teachers. My favorite part of the King's Academy is the incredible community it fosters, both with teachers and with friends. I built strong connections with so many of my teachers because they genuinely care about us. They go out of their way to support us, and I encourage you all, don't hesitate to ask for help. Some of my best memories at King's include going to the States with the boys volleyball team during my sophomore year. Those team dinners were wild, but the whole team was a blessing, and I couldn't have imagined having more fun with any other team. More fun memories I love was joking around in Mr. Beck's pre-cal class with Rhett, Sosa, and Hudson asking where theta is, and being known as Slappy in Mrs. P's science class. Honestly, I'm not that excited about graduating because I want to make more memories with my friends, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to the freedom and the chance to experience life beyond high school. It's a bittersweet feeling. To the underclassmen, take a moment to slow down and appreciate the journey. 4 years of high school go by so quickly, so make the most of them, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Also, take advantage of the strong Christian mentors around you because they care about you and offer you wisdom that will help you long after high school. Kings is an amazing place to build up your faith and prepare for college, so use it wisely. Now for the shout-outs you have all been waiting for. First, to my incredible family. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for all the support you give me, and I probably wouldn't be here without you guys. And to my sisters who have been my day ones, you are my best friends, and you're amazing. To my wonderful escort at Yael, you have been such a good friend throughout my years at Kings, and I can't thank you enough for everything. To my best friend and brother from another mother, Dylan, we have been through many ups and downs, but I wouldn't want anyone else by my side when I face troubles. Love you, broski. To my lunch table, Dylan, Jake, JJ, and Ryan, to the boys volleyball team where I found my love for volleyball, which has forced me to become a better version of myself. Thanks for all the great memories. And to all the wonderful teachers, including Mrs. P, Mrs. Prieto, Mrs. Smythe, Coach Davington, Mr. Marlowe, Mr. Headley, Mr. Huther, Mr. Henning, Mr. Beck, Mr. Lee, Mrs. Stack, Mrs. Cangelosi, Mr. Sturge, Mrs. Messa, Miss Gay, Mrs. Casanas, Mrs. Gonzalez, Coach Evans, Mrs. Brains, and Mrs. Dieguez. You have all really impacted me through my high school journey, and I couldn't be more thankful for all of you. Thank you for all this incredible honor, and make sure to vote for me. Go Lions.
I present to you again Miss Yael Rafaela Carmel Altieri and Mr. John Frederick Casey. The third and fourth members of the homecoming court being presented this morning are Ms. Zeria Davy Bethel and Mr. Jake Alec Manning. Z is the daughter of Davy and Bridget Bethel of Nassau, Bahamas. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 3 years. Z is an active member of the Smith Family Conservatory of the Arts, where she is currently serving as theater captain. She is also on the dance team. Z is a member of the National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and National Honor Society for Dance Arts. She serves as a TKA Global Ambassador and is an active member in Group 316. Z is a 2-year member of the Diversity Student Union Club and Pre-Med Club. Z is escorted this morning by Mr. Jake Alec Manning. Jake is the son of Mark and Christy Manning of Lake Worth. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 3 years. Jake has played on the varsity boys volleyball team where he served as captain. He also has been part of the theater program. He is a member of the Quill and Scroll Honor Society, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, and National Math Honor Society. Jake is an active member in Reasonable Faith Club, Group 316, Pickleball Club, and Hike Club, where he serves as president. He's an editor of the yearbook and serves as a TKA ambassador. Jake went to the Hope Project International Mission Trip and completed SLU 101.
Hey guys, it's Z. First, I want to thank the big guy upstairs, my Father Jesus Christ, for his guidance and grace. I owe it all to you, and I cannot wait for what he has in store for me this year. To the Eiffel Tower standing next to me, my best friend and escort, Jake, thank you for being such an amazing human. I love you. To my parents who live in another country but are currently watching me on FaceTime, hi, Mommy and Daddy. I love you guys. Thank you for everything you've sacrificed to me. And a huge thank you to the class of 2025 for voting me onto the court. Little Z is doing backflips on the inside. And an even bigger shout out to this year's homecoming court. In 2021, when I found out my parents were sending me to a whole other country to study by myself at the age of 15, girl, I almost filed for emancipation. But looking back on the past 3 years here at TKA, my heart could not be more full. My favorite part about TKA is how safe and homey it feels. Being able to come to a place not only where I can learn, but where I feel safe, seen, and understood is beyond special. My favorite TKA memory was the senior retreat and being able to perform in this amazing theater, and I can't wait to make more memories this year. To my underclassmen, my biggest challenge for you is to accept change. And like Ms. Martin says, throw away your silly and big timelines. Allow God to be in control of your life. Change is good, and it means you are growing, so be open to it, and a blessing might flow from it. Okay, word. Allow God to be the author and publisher of your story. Number 2, give others grace, girl. We all doing this thing called life for the first time, and as cliche as it might sound, be kind to one another. Fun fact, kindness don't cost a dime, and you never know someone's background or story. Alrighty, here goes the shout-outs. Shout out to Femzi, Fabi, Ella, Mia, Yael for making the past 3 years so incredibly memorable. I love you all forever. TSO on top. Shout out to my theater family, my captain in crime, Drew Danian, Hopi Dopey, the queen herself, Kai Shield, Sarah P, Ow Ow, Gabby, Bryce, Alex, Eli, Ashlyn, Logan, Tessa, my little angel, Madison Ander, Hannah Danian, my Peter Pan Indians, you know who you are. I know I did not get to everyone, but you all have welcomed me into the program with such grace, and the theater has truly become my home away from home. I love you all endlessly. Shout out to my girl Kiki Waka for always keeping me humble. Shout out to my brother in Christ Eam. Shout out to Julia Squared and Kristen for making me feel sane. Shout out to my champ Ali T, and to my favorite laughing buddy Valley. To my favorite white boys Ryan, Dylan, and John. Thanks for all the laughs. Shout out to all of my sisters in dance team and Dance Tech 4. Shout out to Cassidy, Abby Ray, Abby Coguette, Sloan, Shar, and so much more. I love you girls from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to the Person family, especially Levi, for being so loving towards me, to the Manning family for your unwavering support, and to the Altieri family for being my second family. Je t'aime. A huge thank you to my dorm mother, Ms. Swanson, who so graciously took me in my sophomore year because we all know, to my current host parents, Scott and Stephanie, for putting up with my illegal schedule of mine, my first ever roommate, Chanel, and her amazing twin sister, Charlotte, I love you both, to Miss Mason and Dr. Deneau for being the epitome of home in the form of teachers, to Miss Stack for her words of wisdom that quite literally got me through junior year because, girl, we all know, to Ms. Hoskins for her guidance throughout this crazy musical theater college audition process, to Dr. G, Ms. Keeney, Ms. Dieguez, Ms. Espina, my favorite college advisor, Ms. Herrera, and Ms. Kolar for putting this all together. You all have truly impacted me more than you will ever know, and in you, I found something to hold on to. To Mama Higgs and Father G, thank you for showing me the true meaning of Christ and dance. I love you both endlessly. A huge shout out to every single international student. You guys are so brave for studying outside of your country, and I know from personal experience that it is not easy, but your bravery is commendable. Especially the Brazilians let me in your group. I promise I know Portuguese. And last but not least, Mr. Schnack, thank you for seeing something in everyone in theater that we would have not seen in ourselves if you didn't pull it out of us. Thank you for being an amazing father figure in my life and for every prayer and tap on the back. It means more to me than you will ever know. Well, I'm about to go tear up that hibachi bar at Sato's, so I'm gonna stop yapping. I love you, TKA. Thank you for changing my life eternally, but don't forget that Jesus loves you so, so, so much more. Bye.
What's up, everyone? My name is Jake, and I'm so honored to be selected for the homecoming court for the class of 2025. I'd first like to thank the big guy upstairs for allowing me to be here today and for all he has done in my life. My favorite thing about TKA is definitely being able to focus on my faith freely in a school setting. One of my favorite memories from high school has to be the missions trip from Nicaragua last year. I had so much fun, and I highly recommend that everybody go at least once during their high school career. King's has taught me so much, and I look forward to graduating and taking these lessons that my peers and teachers have taught me in my next phase of life. Looking around at this year's homecoming court, I am so grateful that I was elected and I get to experience this with some of my best friends and favorite people on campus. To the underclassmen, my main piece of advice is do not procrastinate. Fabi can vouch for this one, and I mean it. It causes a lot more stress than it saves. Now for my shout-outs. I want to start by thanking my family, my amazing parents, my sister, and all my grandparents, aunts, and uncles, and of course my best friend in the entire world, Deuce. I also want to thank my amazing escort, Z. You are the most talented person I know, and I can't wait to see what God has planned for you. Shout out to my lunch table, John, Ryan, Dylan, and JJ. Lunch is always the best part of my day, and you guys never fail to make me laugh. I want to thank Sophia Subthy and Fabi Rodriguez for how much they have impacted my life. To both of their families, Mama Stud, Stevie, Madre, Padre, Bianca, Fabi's little redhead, and of course, Mr. Big Steve. I'm so thankful you guys are in my life for all the memories of vacations. Thanks to all the rest of my friends, Yael, Alana, Valley, Sam, Kayla, Kate, Isaiah, Ali, my co-captain Drew, all of my theater people, especially my 11 brothers, Ella, Madison, my favorite underclassmen, Dayton and Levi, the whole Person family, even Mr. Person, who manages to snipe me in my worst moments, the boys volleyball team, the girls volleyball team, specifically Kelly, Kiki, Sydney, Hunter, Alanis, and Rhonda. Some of my favorite memories from high school have been being a part of the volleyball program. I know there are so many other people I didn't mention, but you all made such a big impact on my life. To Miss P, Miss Gay, Queen Stack, Miss Henry, Mr. Sturgis, Mr. Davis, Miss Lockmiller, Mr. Schnack, Mr. Prenti, Miss Mason, the Collars, the Bards, Dr. Anton, Mr. Marlowe, Mr. Stewart, Miss Corbett, Miss Richardson, Coach Danielle, Dr. Raines, and even my arch nemesis, Miss Kavanaugh. You guys have all been such great role models for me, for being in your advisories to being in your class. All right, TKA, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Thank you all for listening, and see you at the game.
I present to you again Ms. Zeria, Davia Betho, and Mr. Jake Alec Manning. The fifth member of the homecoming court is Miss Gabriella Sofia Hernandez. Gabby is the daughter of Dr. Eleazar Hernandez and Annette Otero of Wellington. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 4 years. Gabby is escorted this morning by Mr. Benjamin Kai Fisher. Ben is the son of Dr. Andrew Fisher and Allison Fisher of West Palm Beach. Gabby has been on the varsity track and field team for 2 years. She has been a member of the National Honor Society for 3 years, serving as vice president of scholarship for 2 years. She has been a member of Math National Honor Society and National English Honor Society for 3 years, where she is currently serving as treasurer. She has also been a member of Science National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, and National Technical Honor Society for 2 years. Gabby has been a part of the King's Service Organization all 4 years of high school, where she is currently serving as social media officer. She is the vice president of the Pre-Med Club and co-founder of the TKA Culinary Club. Gabby is currently serving as the Senior Student Council president.
Hey everyone, I'm Gabby Hernandez, and I would like to start by saying thank you so much to my class for voting me on. It means so much to even be on homecoming court. I've been at TKA for all 4 years of high school, so there are a few key things that I would like to share with you guys. One thing I would like to challenge the underclassmen to do is to involve yourself in school. Take it from me, it takes dedication, but the experience is amazing. Another thing I would challenge them to do is go on the mission trip. It is an eye-opening experience to witness what God does for others through us. It has also been by far my favorite high school memory to have been able to go on the mission trip 3 years in a row, and hopefully, if my computer doesn't crash, it didn't, I get to go one last time. To giving kids toys and shoes, experiencing the countries that we build houses for, and to even me or Kiki getting injured on every single trip, sorry Mr. and Mrs. Bartz, it has been an amazing journey. Finally, for the shout-outs. Shout out to Lucy and Ruby, you guys are the best and I wouldn't be here without you guys. To Kiki, my one and only mission trip buddy, to Kelly and Constantina, I'm so happy to be on the court with my best friends, and many, many more. There's just way too many people to name. Shout out to my escort and day one Ben, I love you and I wouldn't be the person I am without you. I'm so grateful for all the memories that we made together. Shout out to the staff, Miss Gay, your class is my favorite, Miss Henry, Miss McQueenie, Dr. Dunu, Miss Kolar, Coach Smith, Mr. Beck, I'm sorry I nonstop talked to Stella in your class, and Mr. Headley. You guys are my favorite part of TKA, and thank you so much for impacting me. Shout out to my family, my mom, dad, cousins, and Natty. Thank you guys for always supporting me in everything I do and raising me to be the person I am today. And lastly, I'd like to shout out the most important person, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm looking forward to everything senior year has to offer and finally graduating with my class. Thank you so much, TKA.
I present to you again Ms. Gabriella Sofia Hernandez. The sixth member of the homecoming court is Miss Constantina Anastasia Karloutzis. Constantina is the daughter of Michael and Anastasia Karloutzis of Palm Beach Shores. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 5 years. Constantina is escorted this morning by Mr. Ian Wade Bowden. Ian is the son of Charles and Ainsley Bowden of Palm Beach Gardens. Constantina has been part of the King's Service Organization for 4 years, where she serves as senior class director. She is a member of the National Honor Society and National English Honor Society, where she served as vice president and now president. Constantina has been a member of the King's Investment Club for 2 years, where she served as table leader. She is an AP Scholar with distinction. She has started charity projects, which include a candy drive for the homeless and a fundraiser for a tribe which burnt down in Panama. Constantina also participated in the Student Visionary Campaign for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Hey everyone, my name is Constantina Karloutzis. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the senior class for voting me on. I also want to start by thanking God for the opportunity to be here at the school, surrounded by amazing people, and to have all the blessings in my life. I've been at King's for 5 years, which has given me time to create lasting memories. One of my favorite being the senior retreat. While I know it may sound like a super cliche answer, those few days were so transformative for me. They deepened my relationship with other students, teachers, and the God we all share. I encourage all of you to take part of this trip, and I also urge you to engage in some form of mission work. My missions trip to Panama profoundly changed my perspective. Witnessing people who are so joyful despite having so little shifted my outlook on life. Their ability to find happiness in the smallest things inspires me to appreciate what I have and give back whatever I can. I'm so excited about the trip to Nicaragua with the school and can't wait for another unforgettable experience. What I believe makes King's exceptional is the people, especially the teachers. Their friendship and guidance you receive here can significantly impact your life. My advice to underclassmen is to engage with your teachers. It may sound weird, but the life lessons I've learned from them are invaluable. Even if conversations mostly revolve around academics rather than life, the teachers here are truly special. There's sometimes too brutal wisdom, and honesty, like Professor Kearns or Miss Stack, are qualities that are crucial for those in your life to have. Knowing that someone has faced similar challenges makes any difficulty, be it academic, social, or personal, more manageable. Being on homecoming court is not just a personal achievement, but it reflects the incredible support and encouragement I've received from those around me. I want to thank my mom and dad for their unwavering support and for always being there for me. They are the best parents I could have asked for, and I'm grateful to call them mine. I also want to give a special shout out to my 4 brothers, Joshua, Alex, Stevie, and Mikey. You guys are my built-in best friends and have never been anything less. Being able to not only call you my brothers, but also some of the people closest to me is so special. Thanks to Alex for dating my best friend. At least now I get the sister I never had. Ava, I love you and your entire family. To my grandparents, Yael and Papu, thank you for being such incredible role models. Your determination and commitment to helping others inspires me daily. I love you. To my fellow nominees, Kelly, Sydney, Gabby, Fabi, Yael, Avery, Joe, Jeff, Tyler, Beltran, Jake, Drew, John, and Ashton, I'm honored to stand alongside of you. Each of you brings something special to our school. I also want to thank my escort, Ian, for being such a great friend and giving me reality checks when I needed them. To my friends at my lunch table, Diana, Savannah, Gabby, Chris, Kelly, Kiki, Lucy, Noah, Kaya, Gia, and Gracie, you have been a tremendous blessing in my time at King's. I can't imagine what I would have done without you, and to everyone else I didn't mention by name, I love you all too. Thank you to the Harris, Reb, Smith, Riley, Kinney, Koliakovo, Prince, Capizoli, and Miller families for always being so kind and treating me like one of your own. I appreciate you all. To my teachers, Mr. Stewart, go Birds, Miss Collins, Miss Espina, Miss Stack, Professor Kearns, the Barts, Miss Bunny, Miss Victor, Miss Connie, thank you for the gluten-free cookies, Coach Mitty, Mr. DeMoss, and all my other teachers, thank you all for making such a meaningful impact on my life. I'd like to close with my favorite verse from Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. This verse reminds us to trust in God's plan and that he will provide for us. It's up to us to surrender to him and receive his strength. Thank you so much for voting me, Constantina Carlutzos, on a homecoming court. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
I present to you again Miss Constantina and Anastasia Carlutzos. The 7th member of the homecoming court being presented this morning is Miss Kelly Cooper Kinney. Kelly is the daughter of Matthew and Allison Kinney of West Palm Beach. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 5 years. Kelly is escorted this morning by Mr. Ryan James Huff. Ryan is the son of JT and Kendra Huff of Jupiter. Kelly has played on the varsity volleyball and varsity beach volleyball teams her entire high school career. She is a member of the National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and Science National Honor Society. Kelly has been in the King's Service Organization for 4 years, serving as an officer 3 of those years. She was a part of Impact Leadership Group her sophomore year and is currently in the Reasonable Faith Club. Kelly serves as a TKA ambassador.
Hi guys, I'm Kelly Kinney. Many of you probably know me as that really tall girl who plays volleyball. I want to thank my senior class for voting me onto the homecoming court. I am beyond honored and grateful. I have been at King's since 8th grade, and I am so thankful for the memories I have made. From doing the egg drop with Miss P, taking daily stack strolls, or learning to juggle in psychology, I have loved every moment on campus. Looking back on my 5 years at King's, I wish I cherished the little moments more. One piece of advice I would give to underclassmen is to focus on the journey, not the destination. I think understanding the work and the dedication you need to put in to reach your goals is more important than the goal itself. Another piece of advice is to become friends with your teachers. Shout out Professor Kearns, Mr. Huther, Miss Kolar, Miss Martin, Miss Richardson, Dr. Ranson, Miss Gay, Miss Stack, Coach Smith, Hammy, Coach Lee, and Mr. Stewart. Guess what, Miss Stack? I'm actually at school to film this. It's bittersweet to accept the fact that I'm a senior, but I cannot wait to see what my future holds. And before I hear it for the millionth time, yes, I know it snows in Minnesota. Many of you know that volleyball is an important part of my life. It has given me lifelong friends and core memories that I will never forget. From being able to play with my sister for the last time, pregame karaoke in the locker room, having to set up the nets every day, even though we don't know what we're doing, and service-ins, if you know, you know. I want to thank my amazing teammates. I've been blessed with the opportunity to represent my country on an international stage, and it has taught me so much. Being able to do what I love while wearing an American flag on my jersey opened my eyes to the importance of humility and hard work. I'm going to miss the amazing people at this school. Shout out to my lunch table, Lucy, Ruby, Gabby, Kiki, Diana, Savannah, and Constantina. My favorite Alpha, Cueto, my escort, Ryan, to the people who make me laugh the most, Luna, Kate, Soso, and Avery. To my OGs, Kiki and Sydney, love you both, Taco Bell and all. To the indoor and beach volleyball teams, Miranda, my favorite underclassman, Bella, my TikTok buddy, Alanis, my girl since 12s, and everybody else who made all the losses feel like wins. Shout out to the girls basketball team for all your support. Thankful for my family for always being there for me. To my sister Lily, that will always be known as Kelly's sister. Nothing in my life would be possible without God, and I'm eternally grateful for Kings and guiding me along my spiritual journey. To all the teachers and staff I've met in my years at school, thank you for making an impact on my life. Another huge thanks to my senior class for voting me on to homecoming court. I love you all. And as Coach Lee always says,
Go Lions!
I present to you again Ms. Kelly Cooper Kinney. The eighth member of the 2024-2025 homecoming court is Miss Avery Eileen McGould. Avery is the daughter of Sean and Erin McGould of North Palm Beach. She is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 4 years. Avery is escorted this morning by Mr. Noah William Cheatham. Noah is the son of Reardon and Megan Cheatham of Tequesta. Avery has been on the varsity cross country, varsity soccer, and varsity track and field team for 4 years. She has been a member of the King's Service Organization, Women of Influence Club, and Pickleball Club. Avery is the founder of the Investment Club and serves as Secretary for Future Business Leaders of America.
Hey everyone, my name is Avery McGould, and this is my 4th year at King's. Now you may know me as the girl that drives the Bronco with the pink stripe, or you may have seen me running through the parking lot every day after school. Homecoming is one of my favorite weeks out of the whole school year because if you've seen how I dress on these days, you already know. Here's a flashback to me being Mr. Martin last year, and now everyone says, "Oh look, that's you, Avery," as he walks by. I've had some pretty fun moments at King's, so let's run through some. Number 1 has to be the epic end of the year event we had on the last day of sophomore year. You know what it is. And another fun memory would be when all 75 kids on the first ever marine field trip got stung by every jellyfish there was in the sea. Buddy always tells us to check the tide charts, but someone should have checked when jellyfish migrate, so thanks, Mr. Sturgis. All jokes aside, the trip was great and filled with so many fun memories. Well, now it's time for the best part, shout-outs. I first want to shout out my family, Mom and Dad. You guys are so supportive of me, and I love you guys lots. And I couldn't ask for better parents. Max, even though we have a 7-year age gap, you're still the best big brother out there. And Elle, thanks for letting me wear all the clothes in your closet. I wouldn't ask for another built-in best friend. I love you all. Now time to shout out my lunch table. Julia, Soso, Kate, Issa, Jay, Juliana, and Caroline. You guys make every day worth coming to school. I couldn't ask for a better group of best friends, and I love you guys lots. Also, shout out to Julia for being the best business partner out there. I mean, who else would I want to work on a Shark Tank pitch with for 5 months straight? Shout out to my escort, Noah, for being the funniest half-day student ever. Thanks for walking me out. You're the best. Shout out to my cross-country team, Lucy, Rachel Cruz, Iris, Lily, Rachel Fader, and Isabella. You guys are the reason I show up to practice, and thank you for dealing with my complaining about how long a run is or me just wanting water. And last but not least, my out-of-school best friends, Maggie, Avery, and all of my Moondance best friends. Maggie, you're so much fun to hang out with, and even though you moved schools, I still love you. Now, it's not the same without having the other half of Avery Squared here, but you keep me running every day, and I'm so proud of you. I love you lots. And one last shout out to my whole Moondance family. I love you all and wish we were on a trail trekking 17 plus miles together. Lastly, thank you to my entire senior class for voting me on homecoming court. I consider you guys all my best friends and can't wait to have the best year ever.
I present to you again Miss Avery Eileen McGould. The 9th and 10th members of the homecoming court being presented this morning are Miss Fabiana Karina Rodriguez and Mr. Beltran Norez. Fabi is the daughter of Ramon and Gisela Rodriguez of West Palm Beach. She is 16 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 9 years. Fabi has been a member of National Honor Society for 3 years and is currently serving as Vice President of Character. She is also Vice President of the Spanish National Honor Society and Treasurer of the Florida Law Honor Society. Fabi has been a member of Math National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Tri-M Music Honor Society, and Science National Honor Society for 3 years, and the National Social Studies Honor Society for 2 years. Fabi served as a Global Ambassador for 3 years, a Pre-Law Scholarship Ambassador for 4 years, and a TKA Ambassador for 6. She is currently serving as an Ambassador Chair. Fabi is escorted this morning by Mr. Beltran Norez. Beltran is the son of Dr. Marcos Norez and Dr. Laura Forieto Norez of Wellington. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 11 years. Beltran has been a part of the Conservatory of the Arts theater program for 4 years of high school. He runs track and field. For a year, he is a member of the Chess Club and Reasonable Faith Club. Beltran is currently serving as Conservatory Prefect.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Fabi. First off, I would like to thank the senior class for voting me onto homecoming court, and I couldn't be more grateful. If I had to pick one favorite thing about TKA, it would be the amount of opportunities we have here. From sports to conservatory to clubs, there is something for everyone. I have made so many friendships in unexpected places, and all you have to do is keep an open mind. You'll be surprised by the things you can achieve and the people you can meet in the places where you least expect it. If you're being yourself, I promise you will find your people. One piece of advice I would give to you all is to make the most of your time at TKA because you will be graduated and moving to college sooner than you think. It's hard to believe I'm no longer a sophomore in Mr. Henning's third period chem class and am really a senior applying for college. You're never going to get your time back, so take advantage of all the opportunities TKA has to offer. And as Professor Kearns would say, think for yourself. Don't let other people's opinions influence your decisions in life, and instead pursue a path that is unique to you and will allow you to use your abilities for good and shine in your talents. Now for the best part, the shout-outs. First, I want to thank God for blessing me with life, family, and healthy relationships. I would then like to thank my awesome escort Beltran for escorting me today. Next, thank you to my family, especially Mami, Papi, Bianca, Tita, and my dog Cocalini for supporting me in everything that I do. You guys have always been there for me, and I want you to know that all the sacrifices you make for me do not go unnoticed. To my amazing boyfriend Ryan, thank you for making me so happy each and every day. I love you. To my favorite teachers, Mrs. P, Mrs. Mason, Mrs. Hodges, Mr. Henning, Mr. Huther, Mr. Schnack, Mrs. Hoskins, Mrs. Kolar, Mrs. Pappas, Coach Hammy, Brad, and the Queen herself, Mrs. Stack. Thank you all for making my experience at King so memorable. To my FEMZ girls, Ella, Mia, Z, and Yael, thank you for bringing love and laughter into my life. I love you guys. Sophia, you are the kindest, most caring person I know, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Jake, you are so funny, and I'm so happy that I met you back in 10th grade. Jake and Sophia, you guys are some of my favorite people, and I can't wait for more McDonald's runs and movie days with you guys. Shout out to Valley, I'm so happy we've stayed close over the years. To Sarah and Hope, I love you both so much, and thank you for letting me be your guys' passenger princess. Shout out to Tessa, Gabsters, Lauren, Alex, Drew, Bryce, Levi, Abby, Paulina, Maddie, Hannah, Liana, MC, Carly, and the rest of my theater people. Shout out to my girls, Haley, Nevaeh, Julia D, and Kristen. One last shout out to the mock child team and lunch table. You know who you are. If I didn't name you, know that I only have a few minutes and you are all important to me and have shaped my experience at TKA. If you don't remember anything I said before, know this one thing. Every single one of you has a God-given purpose in life that is unique from the person sitting next to you. If you are struggling to understand your purpose, Proverbs 3:5-6 has an answer. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. Well, that's all I have for you today, so thank you guys for listening. I love you all and have a great day, TKA.
Hey TKA, if you don't already know me, I'm Beltran. Before I get started, I'd first like to thank my class for voting me onto homecoming court, and to my incredible escort Fabi and her awesome boyfriend Ryan. I know you are probably bored after watching all these videos, so I'll try and make this one a little less boring. I've been at TKA for over a decade now, and by far, my favorite thing about TKA is definitely the environment. The teachers here love what they teach, and most importantly, they love God. So they make even the most boring classes fun and engaging. Also, King's provides us with the mission trips, from which I've had my favorite memories. It's a great opportunity to spend quality time with your friends and engaging in a new culture while you are building houses for those who desperately need them. It also reminds me that our teachers are real people. Though I've really cherished my time at TKA, I think I'm ready to move on to the next chapter of my life in college, to learn about something I love, to make new friends, and to evangelize outside of our TKA bubble. King's has really made me confident in taking this next step. My advice, do hard things. They are the most rewarding. It may be a hard workout or an AP class. Either way, the wolf inside of you will be stronger. Also, get your 8 hours of sleep, read, and take psychology and apologetics. You won't regret it, trust me. Now, for the shout-outs. To my family, Mama, Papa, Gala, Sofia, and Marki, I wouldn't be here without you guys. To my family in Argentina, I love you all. To the lunch table, Ian, Ben, Sam, Tyler, Liam, Corbin, Ashton, Wesley, David, Joe, and Sebastian. To the theater crew, Alex, Bryce, Joel, Kyle, Z, Sarah, Ella, Hope, and the rest of the crew who I unfortunately don't have enough time to name. Finally, the apple of my eye, Drew. School would really be unbearable without you guys. To my teachers, Mr. Stewart, Mr. Henning, Mr. Headley, Professor Kearns, Mr. Jeffrey, Ms. Stack, Mrs. Gay, Mr. Nordstrom, Mrs. Spina, Mr. Schnack, Mrs. Hoskins, and the ones we lost on the journey, Mr. Shaw and Mr. Corbin. I can't express the gratitude I have for having had you as teachers. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to vote Drew for Homecoming King. Have a great day, TKA.
I present to you again Ms. Fabiana Karina Rodriguez and Beltran Norez. The 11th and 12th members of the homecoming court are Ms. Sydney Susanna Saltalamacchia and Mr. Jefferson Patrick Hagman. Sydney is the daughter of Jared and Ashley Saltalamacchia of Wellington. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 8 years. Sydney has been on the varsity volleyball team for 3 years and varsity beach volleyball team for 2 years. She has also been part of the mock trial team. Sydney is escorted this morning by Mr. Jefferson Patrick Hagman. Jefferson is the son of the late Jason Hagman and father Joshua Lemon and Natalie Hagman of West Palm Beach. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 4 years. Jefferson has been on the varsity football team for 4 years, the track and field team for 2 years, and the wrestling team for 1 year.
Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Sydney Saltalamacchia. I want to thank my senior class for voting me on and for all the memories we have made. I want to thank Jeff for standing here beside me today and for being the only student sometimes in our student section. Most importantly, I want to thank Jesus for making me the person I am today. I've been at TKA for 8 years. Some of my favorite memories are DJ Sturgis' class, but I really can't remember any others because I'm not always at school. Since I've been here a while, here are a few things I've learned. Get to know the people in your classes. Building those relationships help make the school day a lot more fun and makes them go by a lot faster. Your friend groups are going to change throughout the years, but in the end, it will all work out. The biggest thing I have learned is to get to know your teachers in the high school office. They might seem scary, but they have real knowledge to give, and whatever you're going through, they most likely have been through it as well. And maybe if you really get on their good side, they'll write you a pass. Now for the shout-outs. First shout-out is to my amazing mom for making me laugh every day and being such a strong role model in my life. To my dad for being probably one of the coolest people I know, even though your dad jokes need some work. To Chuck, thanks for being Chuck. You outshine me. To Sloan and Hunter, you are the best sisters I could ask for. You make it an eventful car ride every morning. I'm gonna miss it next year. Shout out to my day one Kiki, your kindness is contagious, and to my bestie Gracie. Who would have thought? Shout out to K-Doggy12345, go Gophers. Shout out to the indoor volleyball team, it's never a dull moment. I truly love each and every one of you so much. And to my favorite managers, Jake and Ryan, and honorable mention John. Shout out to my favorite basketball girls, Juju, Soso, and Jade. Shout out to the beach volleyball team. Thank you for getting me through the 100-degree weather with frozen grapes. Shout out to my favorite underclassmen, Miranda and Bella. I hope you can make it the next 2 years without me. Shout out to my 4th grade bestie, Kiki number 2, and those quarantine bike rides. Shout out to the amazing teachers and staff here, Dr. Ann, Auntie Rich, Coach Smith, Miss Diegues, Miss Gay, DJ Sturge, Coach Lee, Miss Vance, Miss Lockmiller, Miss Victor, Mr. Bartz, Miss Farts, Miss Mason, and shout out to all the volleyball coaches we've had in the past few years. And shout out to my favorite TKA, Miss Seppo and Miss Sexton. Thank you for helping me write this speech. Now I think that's enough. Thank you again for voting me on, and see you at the game.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jeff, and first off, I'd like to thank God for putting me in the position to be here. My favorite thing about TKA is the important hair and facial hair rules that students are not forced, but get the privilege to abide by. I'm just kidding. My favorite thing about TKA is the people. So many people here, whether I'm friends with them or not, positively impacted me every day. So one thing that I would challenge the underclassmen to do is just be nice. No matter who it is, just treat them with kindness, because you never know what some people are going through. My favorite memory from my time at King's is winning the homecoming game sophomore year against True North. The thing I'm looking forward to most about graduating is just being done with school. And I think that being on homecoming court is a big honor. Thank you to the senior class for voting me on. Now for the special shout outs. Shout out to my family, Mom, Jackson, Josh, and Sid, and my other little brother, Kyle. Special shout out to my mom for all the sacrifices that she made for me to come here. And Jackson, you took 35 minutes to get to school. Please stop asking to drive. Shout out to my escort, Sydney. Thank you for walking with me. Shout out to the football team, coaches past and present. Shout out to the King, Alex Brown. Shout out to Aiden, AKA Nugget, Dent, Short Stack, Toy Soldier, Kids Menu. Shout out to Vance, P-Tap, Nick, Ryan, Tess, Kosuke, Michael, Big Dog, Mesa, and Peyton. Also, shout out to QB1, JD17, Joe Daly, Mr. Southpaw, and Daddy D and Mrs. Rose. Did you know that Joe has the school record for the fastest 20-yard dash at 2.62 seconds? Shout out to the Porsches, Luke, Tice, Coach Dale, and Miss Lindsay. Shout out to Kendrick. Also, shout out to my legacy Hammer. Love you, bud, and can't wait to see you wear 54. Also, shout out to Coach Lee, Coach Lee, Coach Lee. There, that's 3 of them. Also, shout out to the many teachers that I've had. Mrs. Mesa, Mr. Lee, Mr. Stewart, Mrs. Collins, Miss Gay, Coach Hammy, Mrs. Bass, Mr. Gentry, Mrs. Johnston, Mrs. Lockmiller, Mr. Nordstrom, Miss Shardema, and a special shout out to Coach Evans. You know I'm smart on and off the field. Shout out to everyone else I didn't mention. I still love you. I'm just running out of time. To end, I just want to say sorry to the juniors for beating y'all up in the Powder Puff game, and I want to see everyone at the game on Friday. Go Joe.
I present to you again Ms. Sydney Susanna Saltalamacchia and Mr. Jefferson Patrick Hagman. The 13th member of the homecoming court being presented this morning is Mr. Joe Daly. Joe is the son of James and Rosemary Daly of Jupiter. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 4 years. Joe is escorted this morning by Miss Lucy Riley. Lucy is the daughter of Dr. Greg and Jennifer Riley of West Palm Beach. Joe has played on the football and basketball team for 4 years of high school. He has also been a member of the National Honor Society for 2 years.
Hi, I'm Joe Daly, and this is my 4th year at King's. I came to King's in 9th grade, previously going to public school. On my first day in 9th grade, I noticed how different TKA is from other schools. I have always been in love with football and basketball since I was about 5 years old. I was super excited to play those 2 sports at King's. During my 4 years, I learned that playing sports is great, but the best thing about it is the amazing teammates you have, creating countless memories. I realized that my teammates became like brothers, and that will never be changed. This has been one of my favorite parts about TKA. My absolute favorite part of TKA is how Christianity is tied into every academic course and sport around campus. Teachers and students can relate to each other and talk about pretty much anything. When I was trying to think of my favorite high school memory, 2 moments came to mind. The first is beating True North down in Miami 40-34 in overtime, and also the second one is being in Mr. Sturgis' 5th period Marine class. After graduating, I'm hoping to play football in college. I want to study business and finance or sports management. If there's one thing I wouldn't miss about TKA, it would be the terrible conditioning that Coach Evans had us do every Monday and Thursday in the summer. It means a lot to me to be voted onto homecoming court and be surrounded by many friends and people I admire. Plus, I have my amazing escort and girlfriend right next to me. I would challenge the underclassmen to consistently show up, honor your commitments, and be involved in many different things. The more time you spend on campus, the more time you learn, grow, and build relationships and create amazing memories. I would like to express appreciation to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, my mom and dad, and my siblings, James, Charlie, and Lucy. Also, Coach B, Coach Evans, Coach Lamont, Coach Wilt, Coach East, Coach Ward, Coach Murray Smith, Coach Dickens, Coach Church, Coach Winters, Mr. Sturgis, Miss Mason, Mr. King, also the whole entire football and basketball team, my lunch table, and my beautiful escort, Lucy Riley, and the Riley family. Lastly, I would like to thank my amazing offensive line, Jefferson, Pat, Christian, Carson, Edshawn, Steven, and amazing receivers, Javian Jones, Matt McPherson, Tice Porche, Sammy LeBoy, and Hudson Champion, and Ben McPherson. Finally, I want to say that every student should be at the game on Friday. Also, please vote Jefferson Hageman for Homecoming King.
I present to you again Mr. Joe Daly. The 14th member of the 2024-2025 Homecoming Court is Mr. Drew Robert Danion. Drew is the son of Rob and Diana Danion of Wellington. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 8 years. Drew is escorted this morning by Miss Sarah Joy Person. Sarah is the daughter of Brad and Jessica Person of Wellington. Drew has been a part of the Conservatory of the Arts theater program for 4 years. He has been a member of the National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, and Tri-M Music Honor Society for 3 years. Drew played golf for a year and was in the In Truth vocal ensemble for 2 years. He is a Titus II group leader and an active member of Group 316. Drew is currently serving as our spiritual life prefect.
Hey TKA, my name is Drew Danion. I truly feel so humbled to be speaking to all of you today. To begin, I'm so thankful to my classmates for voting me onto the homecoming court. It's truly such an honor. I'm so grateful to have known all of you, and I truly want to thank you for all you've done for me. I know that God has amazing things in store for all of you as you seek Him, and I can't wait to see all He does in your lives. My favorite things about TKA are definitely the people and the amazing biblical instruction we receive. To have teachers who pour into our lives and genuinely care about our faith, it's so incredible. And the friends I've made are also just so awesome. My favorite high school memory, it's got to be participating in the shows. Everyone there is so amazing. They've truly impacted my life in incredible ways. It's been so cool to do something so fun, all for the glory of God. And throughout the plays, my faith has grown so much. I've made so many incredible memories there, from playing Ultimate Frisbee before the shows to having incredibly meaningful conversations and the pre-show prayer time. It's been such an amazing experience that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. In the next stage of life, I'm really excited to learn more about our amazing God as I study divinity in college. It's going to be incredible, and I can't wait to see all that He has in store. I'm also looking forward to receiving the right to grow a sick beard once I leave TKA. If you haven't heard a word I've said and you missed the entire rest of the speech, please just listen to this part. The greatest advice I could give to anyone is to give your life to Jesus. It isn't even possible to describe the blessings of knowing Him. He's truly given my life more purpose, joy, and peace than I can even express. And there's no greater blessing than knowing Him. I truly care about each of you, and it's my hope and prayer that you'll give your life to Christ. He really will bless your life more than you could ever imagine. I promise that letting Him into your heart is the best decision you'll ever make. Finally, there are so many people I want to thank, and I'm definitely going to start with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I owe everything to Him, and He's truly the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. Next to my incredible family, Mom and Dad, the way that you've poured into my life is so amazing, and I'm more grateful for you than I can even express. You're truly the best parents I could have ever asked for, and I love you so much. To the best sister in the world, Hannah, you are so amazing. I feel so lucky to have a sister who I can also call my best friend. You're such a blessing to me, and I'm so excited to see all God has in store for your life. To my escort, Sarah, thank you so much for walking with me today, and for driving my sister everywhere. It's such a blessing to know you. Thank you for being such an amazing encouragement and a great friend. To the countless teachers who've impacted my life and encouraged my faith in amazing ways, Mr. Shack, Ms. Hoskins, Mr. Marlowe, Mr. and Mrs. Bartz, Mr. Stewart, Ms. Mason, and so many others, you've all impacted me tremendously as both a person and a Christ follower, and I truly can't thank you enough. To my amazing friends, thank you so much for all you've done for me. To Beltran, Alex, Bryce, Mark, Harrison, Joel, and so many others, thank you for constantly encouraging my faith, uplifting me, and being such amazing friends. I'm so thankful God has placed you in my life. To my theater people, Jordan, Jake, Levi, Logan, Nathan, Hunter, Z, Lauren, Fabi, and so many more. To my Bible study guys, Trace, Brandon, Reed, Liam, Tyler, Ashton, and to everyone else who I don't have time to mention, thank you. I'm grateful beyond words for the way that you've all encouraged me in my walk with Christ and brought me so many amazing memories. You're all such a blessing to me, and I'm so thankful for you. Thank you for listening to all of that. I know it was pretty long. I'm so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you and the way that you've impacted my life. Thank you all so much. I also want to encourage you again to seek the depth of Christ's love for you. the love that led him all the way to the cross and took the nails that we deserved. I'm going to close with my favorite Bible verse, Psalm 16:8, which says, I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. He's with us in each and every moment. There's never a time when we have to face this life alone. God gave up everything so that we could know him. And when we choose to place our trust in his name, we find all we could ever need. Thank you so much. God bless.
I present to you again Mr. Drew Robert Danion. The 15th member of the homecoming court is Mr. Ashton Scott Horn. Ashton is the son of Scott and Kim Horn of Lake Worth. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 11 years. Ashton is escorted this morning by Miss Ella Garcia. Ella is the daughter of Tony and Jeannie Garcia of Lake Worth. Ashton was on the cross-country team for 5 years and has also served as an TKA ambassador for 5 years. He has been part of the Conservatory of the Arts since 4th grade, playing in the jazz band since 8th grade. He has been a member of the National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, Tri-M Music Honor Society, and National Social Studies Honor Society for all 4 years of high school. Ashton currently serves as Conservatory Prefect.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me or haven't seen me running around all over campus in a black suit and drumsticks, I'm Ashton. Being selected for the court makes me feel appreciated and loved, so I want to start out by thanking those of you who voted me on. This year marks my 12th year at the King's Academy. It's so weird that I'll only be here for 1 more year, because I feel like I've spent more time here than I have at my own house. Over these long years, I've had so many great moments at the TKA. My top 3 have to be my first night of jazz, where I looked like a transparent infant, the New York trip with the jazz band, and prom, where I danced with a beautiful girl standing next to me. Being the drummer for the TKA since 6th grade has not only given me self-awareness about the faces I make when I play, but also an appreciation for hard work and TKA as a whole. We don't realize how good we have it. Keep in mind that this place is so unique and special, and the day will come when you must leave this environment forever. So don't waste your time. Don't focus exclusively on the finish line, but the experiences you have on the way there. If I could give some advice, I would encourage all of you to stay honest with yourselves and others. Stay true to the one who created you and reap the benefits of your obedience. All right, enough of the heavy stuff. Now it's time for shout-outs. Shout out to the ever-expanding and insane lunch table. Tyler, Beltran, Sam, Corbin, Seabass, Ben, Liam, Wesley, Ian, Noah, and David. You guys are just about the most entertaining group of people I've ever met, and I'm so happy you've all been a part of my life. I'd also like to shout out Drew, Bryce, Will, Natalia, Ryan, Max, Zane, Allie, Layla, G, Triple Stuffed, Kylie, Julia, and Julia, Brody, and Breck. Thank you to the jazz band. Each and every one of you are a second family to me. The percussion section, you guys know who you are, and the tots. For teachers, I'd like to shout out Mr. Huther, Mrs. Stack, Mr. Magersup, Mr. Parenti, Professor Kearns, Mr. Headley, Mr. Stewart, Dr. Dunu, Dr. Diller, Dr. Jesse, and DJ Sturgis. A very special thanks to Mr. Lowe, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Rivero. You guys have given me opportunities people can only dream of. I can't thank you enough and appreciate every second you have devoted to me. While we're here, I guess I'll talk about Ella for a second. Ella, you've given me so much happiness and peace. I cannot express to you how happy I am with you. I love you. Finally, I'd like to thank my family, my mom, who's been my best friend since the beginning. You have shown me God's love since before I can remember. My dad, who has been the greatest role model and father a son could ask for. And Zach, for being an amazing partner in crime, a great brother, and a true friend. I think that pretty much sums it up. I hope you all have an amazing high school career, a fun homecoming. God bless.
I present to you again Mr. Ashton Scott Horn. The 16th and final member of the 2024-2025 homecoming court being presented this morning is Mr. Tyler Kenneth Wilkinson. Tyler is the son of Chad and Lisa Wilkinson of West Palm Beach. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 7 years. Tyler is escorted this morning by Miss Diana Brooke Harris. Diana is the daughter of Chris and Jennifer Harris of Riviera Beach. Tyler has been on the varsity swim team for 7 years, serving as the team captain for 1 year. He is the founder and president of the King's Service Organization and founder and vice president of King's Investment Club. He was his class's student council president for 4 years and served as a TKA ambassador for 6 years. Tyler is a member of the National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, National Social Studies Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and Science National Honor Society. He is currently serving as an ambassador chair and service prefect.
When I first wrote this script, I focused on writing a lot of jokes, mainly about how I got friend-zoned a lot, smelled like chlorine, and was terrible at calculus. However, after completing my 6-word memoir project for Mrs. Spina, my mindset shifted. The night before the project was due, without any thought, I wrote, would I do it the same? Initially, that question didn't mean much to me. But after thinking it over, I did wonder, would I do it the same? A lot goes into a question like that, so why not start from the beginning? When I came to this school 7 years ago as a 6th grader, I was angry and scared. I was angry that I had to go to the one school that none of my friends from elementary were going to, and I was scared that after being with the same people for the entirety of my life to that point, I have to make a new name for myself and make friends in an entirely new environment. Thankfully, because of the swim team and the other clubs I could join, I quickly assimilated into the King's culture and made friends with people I still talk to today. So, if you are brand new to the school, or if you've been here your whole life, take advantage of the opportunities that this school has. You will never guess the sheer number of lifelong friendships that you might be able to make from joining a sport or going to a club meeting. When I look back at my time here at King's, one event pops out to me as my best memory: the Spain trip in the summer of 2023. Besides meeting my girlfriend, I was able to experience such a different culture, explore ancient cities, and eat some of the best and worst foods I've ever tried. It was such a blessing to be able to go. Now, to everyone's favorite part. Firstly, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for guiding and protecting me. I want to thank the entirety of the senior class for voting me on the court. I know you're all sick of seeing me on ballots. I'd also like to thank all of the friends I've made along my journey here, such as the lunch table: Sam, Liam, Ben, Beltran, Ian, David, Ashton occasionally, Corbin, Wesley, Sebastian, Noah, and Drew. I would have loved to have named everyone I know, but I'm already running low on time. I can tell you're ready to get on with your day. To the swim team, thank you for motivating me and keeping me humble. I know that the guys team is in good hands next year. To Coach Jonathan, Sarah, Gina, Georgianne, CJ, and Evans, thank you for guiding and mentoring me over the past 7 years. I don't know where I would be without your leadership. To my teachers, I wish I could name my favorite ones, but I have genuinely enjoyed being in every single one of your classes. To my family, Dad, Mom, Sissy, Barbara, and Walker, thank you all for supporting me through my various endeavors. Yes, including you, Lauren and Andrew, but I won't forget how you treated me as a kid. To my stunning and selfless girlfriend, Caitlin, thank you for being my rock and my motivation. I love you more than words can describe. To my escort, Diana, thank you for being such a close friend throughout the years, even though you charged me $40 to eat the snacks in your swim locker. After looking back at my career here at King's through academics, social life, athletics, and extracurriculars, I am once again faced with that same imposing question I asked at the beginning of the video: would I do it the same? And after thinking it over, without a doubt, the challenges of failing tests, getting rejected, not winning an election, as well as acing the classes, winning an event in swim, or getting principal's list, have all helped form me into the man I am today. I say all of that to tell you this: there will be hardships and difficulties during your high school career. There will be difficulties after high school and college and throughout your life. Embrace the challenges. Remember that whatever you are going through will get better and that God has a plan for you. Thank you, and see you all Friday night.
I present to you again Mr. Tyler Kenneth Wilkinson. So at this time, before we move on, I just want to hear a big round of applause and a big thank you to Mrs. Kolar. She's backstage, but she does so much all throughout this week. So I want to again congratulate all of our members of the 2024-25 homecoming court and their escorts. So let's give them a round of applause. All of our 9th through 12th grade students will be voting during third period today for the young man and young lady who will have the honor of being our homecoming king and queen. So I want to thank everyone and especially all of our guests for attending this morning. Feel free, guests, to stay after and take a few pictures. And of course, we want to invite you to our Powder Puff game this afternoon, and we definitely want to see everybody here at our homecoming game Friday night to cheer on our team and for the crowning of the homecoming king and queen. So at this time, I'd like to dismiss our teachers. You're all going to come up this way. You can come up this way. All right, after our teachers have dismissed, students, you are welcome to go to your third period class where you will vote for your homecoming king and queen. Homecoming court, at this time, I'd like you to come to the center of the stage so we can get some pictures.